Hello, Smars here, and this is Comics Journey, the comics journal. I don't think I've ever said that out loud, but I've always thought of it. I always thought of it as that. I don't know. I don't know why I never said that. That's what I was. I was trying to be smart about it. Anyways, I think I failed. So, anyways, I don't know. I guess still, getting back into uh, the whole swing of making comics again and everything. I'm almost finished with Goblin, chapter 46. I keep forgetting which chapter I'm on. It's been so long. Um, this guy is totally trimming bushes outside of this window. Weird. Um, just started out of nowhere. It's like he knew I was recording. Anyways, but no, today is a particularly interesting day. And no, not because it's my birthday. It's September 26th. Um, no, it's because today is the first day of AWA, which is Anime Weekend Atlanta, which is an anime convention that I've been I've been going to for a while. Both as a just regular congoer and then as a guest. I've known about it forever. It's like I think they've been doing it for like 16 years or so, and I've known about it since the second one. I haven't been going since the second one, but I've known about it since then. I actually have. I found when I moved, I found a flyer for the second show. It's just this yellow flyer printed on a copy machine. It was just this cheap, quick flyer that was just you could tell it was just done really really quick because it was just crooked and it was just, it's just it was funny seeing it, but I don't know why I still had it. I mean, it's just lodged between books, and I guess I tucked it into a the pages in between the pages of a manga to remind myself, oh, go to this convention. And I guess I hadn't picked up that manga in 14 years. I don't know. I don't know. But wow. So, anyways, um, it's I'm both kind of. I guess I'm okay. I was kind of upset a few days ago. Uh, because friends of mine from work uh, are going off to the convention, and that was the key. Was that they're friends of mine from work, but they're also friends of mine from school, which is you know how we all know each other. But they oh man, this guy out here trimming these bushes is driving me up the wall. I tried to wait for them to finish mowing the lawn and stuff, and wow, they just came right back an hour later. Anyways, I'll just power through this and please ignore the background noise. Oh my gosh, I'm walking away from the window. Um, but part of the reason why I took the job that I took, this job that I hate so much, is because last year I was invited to attend AWA for my third year. It was my third year attending it as a guest. Having a table at the Artist Alley. I guess not technically kind of a guest, but not really a guest because you're paying for your table. But whatever. I was invited. You have to be invited. You have to, you know, apply, and they have to say yay or nay. And a lot of people get nay. They said no this year. I was really late. I forgot until like the last day of sign up. So I'm sure by then there were hundreds of people in line ahead of me waiting for a table. Anyways, but last year I got in and I couldn't afford to pay for the table. I couldn't raise enough money, which also bothers me. Is that I this was this was before I had the job, and so I had really almost the entire year to try to raise the money for the table, and I could not raise the money for the table because any little bit that I was raising, I had to split between a lot of different things, mostly feeding myself, but I couldn't save enough money to pay for the table and pay for any and all the stuff that was going to be on that table. And so, I mean, in the end, I went back and forth with the artist alley manager, and we were talking and stuff, and she was ultimately like, well, if you can't attend, then that's too bad and everything. And I was like, yeah, it sucks. And then and then then uh, probably sometime shortly before the actual convention happened, my friend Oni actually was like, "Hey, they're hiring at this job. Do you want a job?" It could actually, because we had been talking back and forth, forever about the convention. Because she and one other friend of mine, they actually got a table there. This was like the second year that we were all having a table together. LD couldn't make it because he was working on the game that finally came out, Hamster Drop. He was working on that like crazy. Like his schedule for video games. They have crazy work schedules for video games. I guess they do in animation too, but I think it's even worse in video games because they accept the concept of crunch time. They accept the concept of just deadly hours. They accept it like it's just the way that it always should be, and it's like no. And I'm not sure if they have a guild. I'm not sure if they have a union in the video game industry. I'm not certain. I know they do in animation, so you can't really work people to death unless you're gonna pay them overtime. Um, yeah, unions aren't always a bad thing. Um, so, anyways, so he couldn't make it, and then I couldn't make it. And so our table was just empty, and eventually it was filled. But my friend Oni was there, and and then I think a couple of other people were supposed to show up too from school, and because the year before, like it was like this weird reunion of people from the art institute, the school that I went to, that were all there. Everyone had tables, or they showed up at the convention. It was the weirdest thing in the world because none of these people had ever, I had never seen any of these people at this convention before, and then suddenly all of them were just here all of a sudden. So it was like hugs and smiles and laughs and just people talking, and it's like, wow, what the hell is going on? This is crazy because I hadn't seen a lot of these people since graduation. I talked to them online, but I hadn't seen them, so this was kind of cool. Um, but then so me and Oni, we're going back and forth. We're talking um, as the convention's creeping up, and she was just like, hey, this job is hiring. Do you want work? Do you want to work there? And she told me the hours, which kind of made me a little scared. And but then it balanced out with the pay because I was like, well, okay, well I can try it and really what sold it was she was like, well, this means that you'll be able to pay for tables. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I would be able to pay for tables at conventions. And so I accepted the job. I walked in, talked to the dude. He gave me an interview and told him, the deal. Why I wanted the job. I was, truthful. That's the thing about me. I'm a very honest person. I occasionally lie, mostly, the same, little white lies that you do to spare people's feelings. On occasion, usually I don't spare people's feelings. I'm very sharp tongued. I don't hold my tongue at all, and I don't really lie a lot. Um, I lied as a kid a lot, or I guess I should say, yeah, no, as a kid I lied a lot, but I don't know. But as an adult, no, I don't care why. Why lie? So I was very honest at the interview. I just told him. I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to be a comic book artist full time, and I do this during the day, but it doesn't really make any money, because of the comics model that I use is kind of the free model ultimately. And I explained the whole thing to him and everything, and it kind of sucks, the comics model that I use kind of sucks because yeah, for 4 years I didn't make any money, and I enjoyed the hell out of myself, making comics. But wow, there were some weeks when I split a bag of peas literally across an entire week. I didn't tell anybody about this because I didn't want people, thinking I was miserable when there are people around the world worse off than me, you know, and not because of choice. I made the choice to live as a starving artist. I made that choice, and then I stopped making that choice and decided to go in and take this job. And they really, the guy was like, okay, cool, I guess because of the honesty, it wouldn't be the first time honesty at an interview has gotten me the job, you know. Um, but the thing that bothers me is I hate the job. I really do. I For a little while there I didn't mind. I don't mind that on calm nights. I don't mind because it allows me to actually think. I can sit there, I can write, I can come up with stories, and I can actually draw. I can draw. I can actually work on pages. I can't color anything because that would require me to bring in my actual equipment. I have to bring in my stuff. And while I could, I'm pretty sure my supervisor would be a little annoyed at that. Unpacking all this stuff because it looks a little too relaxed. Me just drawing on paper is fine. But, unpacking like tablets and an extra laptop and all this, it just looks too relaxed. It looks way too relaxed. I'm enjoying myself way too much. But it bothers me how much I hate the job. It makes me very uncomfortable. It's a nighttime job. I'm not a night person. I sleep at night. Even though I've had a few nighttime jobs, they've always bothered me. But I've always just taken what I could get. Um, I'm kind of tired of taking what I can get, especially with another birthday having come and gone almost. I feel like, well, it just started. It's early in the morning for me. But I feel like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of just taking what I can get. I want what I want, you know, and not, and I don't want it to be, I don't want it to sound, oh gosh, I guess arrogant is not the right word. Bullheaded maybe, but I mean, it's been like 15 years. I'm getting an email from one of my friends. So that just popped up in the middle of this. One of my friends. Oh yeah, okay, because it's my birthday. It's so stupid. I was like, why is he emailing me? Occasionally, because he does comics too now with his son, which is really interesting. He does comics with his son. His son writes them and he draws them. They look really, really good. I will have to link to them because he posts them all on Facebook and not on his DeviantArt account, which really pisses me off. And he doesn't have a Tumblr either. Really pisses me off. The two places where there's a huge art-loving community, and he is not posting to those places. Instead, he's posting on Facebook, and I hate Facebook. So I don't go there. I have a Facebook account somewhere out there, but I haven't been to it in forever. Anyway, I got off a tangent. Um, so uh, I hate the job. Basically, it makes me kind of miserable. Um, and I mean, the biggest problem that I have is that when when I saw Nico, who's the other friend that I work with, when I saw her rolling up with her bag, her carry-on luggage bag, to go to this convention, it kind of made me depressed. She probably couldn't read it on my face, but it kind of made me depressed. I think I said something out loud along the lines of how upsetting it was because she was going to this convention, and the entire reason I took this job was so that I could have money for tables at conventions. And you know what? I have only been to one convention the entire year that I've worked at this job. A 1 day convention. When I first started the job, I did a 1 day convention. I haven't been to a convention since. That was, oh, I think that was in January or December. I don't remember which of the two it was. It was pretty early on when I had started working. Um, it was very hard to do because I worked the night before and then I went straight to the convention. I had all my stuff with me and I just went straight to the convention. So I was really sleepy, probably looked really miserable and really groggy. And I don't know how I'll ever be able to do that again. I don't know. But I mean, I hate that. It's stupid. It flies in the face of everything I was trying to do. The existence of this job. It's like it is a catch-22. It is a double-edged sword. It gave me the ability to go to conventions, to afford the tables, to afford printing stuff like books and stickers and posters and postcards and everything that I could not do for 4 years, I can do just easily. I can do, but I can't get to the conventions. And it's just like it's like a genie laughing in your face, which is a little historically or mythologically kind of demonic, because they're like leprechauns where they grant you a wish, but sometimes it's a wish with a twist. There's a twist to your wish, and so the wish has been granted, but you hear him laughing, and it's like, oh, you son of a oh, and that's how I feel. And that's why I hate the job. And that's why I really want stuff like this Patreon that I'm doing to succeed. I really want it to succeed because I just it sucks. It really does suck. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say really. Um, Other than it sucks. And it's weird, because today's the first day of that convention and it's just like I know that there's just tons of people. I mean, granted, I don't technically have anything. If they had called me yesterday and said, "Hey, we have tables open. Do you want one?" I'd have been like, "No," because I don't have anything for the show. But I mean, if I had gotten the table if I had been okayed for the table back when they first opened the submissions for them, then I would have spent the rest of all this time leading up to now preparing for a convention. I actually have a 1 day convention coming up in November. I just because of this event, I just got frustrated and I was like, screw it. I mean, honestly, I'm ready to burn bridges. I am ready to hit the ejector seat and just walk right out of that place. Just walk out, middle finger in the air, and just leave. Honestly, because I hate the job so much. But I mean, just they're not understanding. It's not a very understanding company. It's not. Um, Honestly, I couldn't have even gone to this convention. I couldn't have gone to AWA at the same time that one of my coworkers was there. Because there are only so many of us that work for this particular branch of the company at night. There are only so many of us, and there's no way they would have scheduled two of us off for the exact same amount of time. So it's that kind of company where they wouldn't have understood. They wouldn't have cared. Honestly, they would not have cared, which makes me not care. But I've been rambling for a long time now. I don't know. I didn't want to spill all this negativity out. I know I say that probably a lot, but these are, they're sort of my journals. But I figure, what the hey, put them out there, at least, mostly so that there's a voice to the work, a voice to the artist behind the work. Um, so it doesn't just seem like this phantom is creating comics and stuff. Um, but I really didn't want this to be all about negativity, but I couldn't help but be reminded of something that sort of has cast a negative shadow on this weirdly double interesting day. I don't think of birthdays as super special. It's just a birthday. Everybody has one. Um, and then you stop. That was grim. No, but I mean, I don't think AWA has ever overlapped with my birthday before. Not in any of the time that I've ever been going to it. It always lands right after my birthday. So this is an interesting one. I wish I could have gone. Um, I probably would have spent way too much money I didn't really have to spend. But I can spend that money online on all the crap that I would have spent there. But it's more than just about spending money. It's about socializing. It's the social experience. And honestly, I love actually getting to talk with people that love the same things that I love. That's really cool. Whether you're behind the table or on the show floor, walking around. Um, I love that. I always love it, and I just love stopping and looking at the people. I know it probably looks really weird, maybe slightly creepy, but I just love watching people at conventions because I know you can feel the energy, this really great upbeat energy. It feels like it's like love. It's really good because everybody there is enjoying themselves in some way because everybody else there is there for the same thing. So no one feels awkward really, no one feels uptight, no one's feeling out of place. You feel like you feel right there in the place that you should be in. I probably every single person there almost wishes that that day or that weekend would never end. That this could be the place that they could live with all these people. Like this could be the village, the community that they always lived with. You know, and you can tell when you look at people that's how they feel. And it's really great. And then being behind the table and you get to talk with other artists and I just man, I love doing shows. I love going to conventions. I mean, yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to um, fix this problem. You know, I'll be able to fix this problem. Maybe people will help. People that read Goblin, read Myth of Eustro, even read Munch Chunky, even though I haven't done Munch Chunky in a while. Just read any stuff or follow me just because they like my art, or maybe they like hearing me ramble like this. I don't know. But maybe they'll. My hope is that people will contribute to the Patreon campaign, I guess you would call it, that I have ongoing, um, so that eventually I can raise enough money to on a monthly basis to, I'll be honest with you, quit my job and be able to get back to doing comics full time and conventions full time. Cross your fingers. I'm hoping it'll eventually get there. I know it may be a while, but I'm willing to wait it out, And I'm a patient guy. So, anyways, I guess I gotta get back to work. So, I'm gonna finish up these pages, and um, I will record another one of these soon. I'm trying to do a lot of these on a weekly basis. It's a lot of stuff being uploaded, I know. But I don't know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reading. Bye.